Welcome to Agnes Davidson's Precision Reading Instructional video. In this video, we will be demonstrating the procedure of 2 precision reading sessions. The first demonstration is the procedure on the first day of reading a new passage. The second demonstration is the procedure for days 2 to 10 of a passage reading. For each precision reading session, you will need the following materials: 10 fine-tipped markers of different colors, with a reference for the 10 days of reading, a timer, a large marker, a set of blank word cards, and the student's precision reading duotang. In the student's precision reading duotang, you will find the following: 2 copies of the reading passage, one for your reference and recording, and a blank copy for the student. You will also find the precision reading passage graph, which indicates the student's total number of words read and the total number of misread or unread words. There are also 2 pockets in the duotang. In the first pocket, you will find error word cards that the student is currently mastering. The second pocket contains the words that have been successfully mastered. You will also find the long-term precision reading record of the student's previous readings and results. Let's begin. On the first day of a passage reading, it is important to ensure that you have 2 blank copies of the story and a blank precision reading passage graph. The procedure is as follows. After setting up your materials, provide the student with a copy of the passage and select the appropriate marker, referring to the list of days and colors to use for day 1 of the reading, and write the date on the top of your passage. Explain to the student that you are going to set the timer for 1 minute and that they are to read until the timer stops. Begin the timer and allow the student to start reading. As the student is reading, note the errors made as the student reads the passage with an X on your own copy of the passage. When the timer beeps and the student stops reading, indicate where the student read to in 1 minute with 2 slash marks. After the first reading, print the day 1 error words on flashcards. And have students read the words to you in the order they were made. These error word cards are to be kept in order in the first plastic sleeve in the student's duotang for the following readings. The next step is to graph the student's reading results on the precision reading passage graph. After indicating the date on day 1 of the passage graph, graph the number of errors the student made on the bottom of the graph, and the number of words the student read, using the same color of marker. Describe to the student these results and where we hope to see this graph move, explaining that the number of words read will increase and the number of error words will decrease as we practice this passage. Once the results are graphed, commend the student on his or her reading. The procedure of days 2 to 10 of a passage reading build upon the first day. After distributing your materials, provide your student with their blank copy of the passage, and prepare your copy by selecting the appropriate color of marker for the day you are reading, again referring to the list of days and colors to use, and write the date on your passage. Before the student begins reading, their error cards are reviewed in the order they occurred in the passage. Allow the student 1.5 seconds to read each individual card. If the student is able to read the word right away, put a check on the back of the card. If the student hesitates or tries to sound out the word, tell the student the word and ask him or her to repeat it. Then put an X on the back of the card. Once you have finished reviewing the cards, set the timer for 1 minute and ask the student to read the selected passage again. Follow along with your own copy of the passage with the appropriate color of marker to note the errors made as the student reads the passage. When the timer beeps, indicate again where the student read to in 1 minute with 2 slash marks. Print each of the new error words on flashcards and add it to the back of their current error cards. Review the error cards once again with the student. On the back of the flashcard, the second check mark or X indicates whether the student read the word correctly or incorrectly during the passage reading. During the second practice of flashcards, if the student is able to read the word within 1.5 seconds, put a check on the back of the card. If the student hesitates or tries to sound out the word, tell the student the word and ask him or her to repeat it, then put an X on the back of the card. Once a student has correctly read the word for 3 days in a row, creating a total of 9 consecutive check marks on the back of the card, this word is considered mastered and may be placed in the second pocket of the student's duotang. Once you have reviewed the words for a second time, graph the number of words the student read from the passage on the graph sheet, using the same color of marker. Graph as well the number of errors the student made on the same graph sheet, using the same color of marker. Once the results are graphed, commend the student on his or her reading.